Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that I've just got planning permission to convert my garage, which is behind me, into a luxury annex. There's going to be a bedroom, a bathroom and an office and a new staircase. So in this video, I thought you might be interested to have a guided tour of the garage as it is now, and I'll show you and explain to you what I'm going to do. So let's start off on the outside and then go inside. And bear in mind that with the exception of the electrics, I'm going to do all this myself and share it with you in videos. What could possibly go wrong? So as you can see from the outside of the building, it's not a huge building, but it's easily big enough for ancillary accommodation to the cottage, which is just over there. Now, these garage doors are coming off and they're to be replaced with conservation aluminium bifold doors. So the whole of this frontage will be glass. And then the outside here, which is currently, as you can see, a block construction which has been painted white, is going to be timber clad. So this will be covered in cedar cladding. So it will have the effect of being a log cabin in the corner of the garden. We will be going inside in a moment, but you can see there's a pre-existing UPVC window which is white. Now these bifolds are going to be black coated aluminium, so I'm going to get some UPVC paint and paint that window frame. Whilst we're still outside, let me just explain that there's going to be a bathroom in there and a toilet, so I need to deal with the drains. Now here we have our own septic tank with a soakaway down there in the garden. And the septic tank is here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a channel round the side of the outbuilding, so the garage, and come all the way down here and connect into the septic tank. I've already had a meeting with the building regs inspector and she's told me what I need to do. She sent me some guidance, so I'll be able to do that myself. And then what you have to do in the UK is you have to do things in stages, and then you get the building regs person to come in and check before you go to the next stage, and then as she checks, she signs bits off. So in a way, she kind of gives you an instruction manual, and then you do a bit and she comes out and either signs it off or tells you to do it slightly differently. So there's nothing here really. If I divide it down into small chunks, I can't do on my own, with the exception of the electrics, because I'm not qualified. Now, one of the things is this garage already has a concrete slab, which is down here. That had to be 10 centimetres for me to build on it. I'm not actually building on it, I'm putting bifold doors on here, so it didn't need to support much weight. But had I wanted to build bricks on there, that had to be 10 centimetres. That's why I've exposed it. It's actually 6 inches, which is 15 centimetres. So that's plenty thick enough. But the issue is there's no insulation below there, so I'm going to have to retrofit insulation. Insulation is the big thing. Right, before I explain what's going to happen downstairs, before I go in there and explain what's happening downstairs, I'm going to take you upstairs. So the upstairs is approached through this door here, side door. The door's going to remain, so don't forget this will be cedar cladded, so you won't see the block. Now currently there is a staircase, but unfortunately, because of building regulations, this staircase is not appropriate. It can't stay. You've got to have a certain amount of space at the bottom of a staircase. You've also got to have a certain amount of space at the top of a staircase before you meet the roof. So the staircase has to be removed and redesigned, and I've found online a website where you can design your own staircase. So ultimately the staircase is going to be almost like a spiral. It's going to go down, turn, then turn again and enter this space coming in. So it will be almost like a sweeping staircase coming down rather than one. I've got to do that to meet building regs approval. Right, let's go upstairs and I'll show you what I've done so far. I've got to start it a little bit. This back wall is double skinned. It's got 2 breeze blocks with a cavity in between. So it has to be insulated, but the standard of insulation on this back wall doesn't have to be quite as much as the insulation on the side walls, which are single block. Basically, I've got to put 50 millimeters of insulation here before I plasterboard it. Easily done. Right, here we go up into the loft space, which is actually quite a big space. And I'm going to use this as my office. I am going to connect the internet to the house. So I will have super fast broadband up here, and I'll be able to come up here and do my editing. It'll also be a plant room where I keep my house plants. I've already started insulating it. You can see here, look. Insulation is the big thing at the moment. It's all about climate change and being efficient, energy efficient. So in between these rafters, I've had to put this hard insulation. That's 120 mil. I've got to achieve 150 mil. So I've got to put insulated plasterboard on the inside of here with another 30 mil of insulation. So that's the first stage of the insulation, and there'll be insulated plasterboard. But the problem is there's got to be an air vent. It's got to be what they call cross-vented. So I've had to do it so that there's a 5 mil gap behind, and that 5 mil gap has got to continue all the way over the top. That's why I've put those blocks in. Easily done, not beyond the wit of man. You'll see wires around the place. I've already had the electrician in to do the first fix. There's going to be a strip of downlighters all the way through the ceiling here that will be flattened off with plasterboard. That wall will be insulated as well. And all along here there is going to be cupboards for storage and cupboards along there for storage as well. Right, let's go downstairs and I'll give you an overview of what's going to happen downstairs. So don't forget these stairs here, they're coming out and they're going to, you've got to have a head height when you enter the room. So the stairs have got to come in at this position where I've got 190. So that's where the stairs have to be. So they're going to go down, turn, down a bit further, and then turn so that I've got landing space at the bottom. It's crazy, but I think it's so that you don't bang your head when you're going up the stairs. If you do come down the stairs, you've got ample space to step down into. Right, what's happening down here? Okay, you can see it's an untidy mess at the moment. We've just downsized from a 4-bedroom detached into a 1-bedroom cottage, so quite a lot of stuff here, including insulation that I'm already working with. But I will walk around the outside of the space so that you can understand what's going to happen. New staircase, then there's going to be a dividing wall all the way along through here, all the way from side to side, which will create an entrance hall, and that entrance hall is going to go down there into that corner to a bathroom. This is where the stairs will come down here, so there'll be a bathroom in that corner, an ensuite, and then a wall across here with a door. That door will go into a single open space with the bifolds, as I've already explained, so it will feel light and airy and spacious. I've got quite high ceilings. I've got to put 100 mil of sound insulation in there for building regs, and then these walls here have got to be studied out with more insulation. They want 100 mil of insulation here, so I've got to do 80 in the studs and then 25 insulated plasterboard. That cavity is okay. I might have to put some DPC film behind the stud where it touches this. We'll have to cover that when we get to it. And then the floor, again, the floor has to be insulated, retrofitted with insulation. So again, there's got to be 100 mil of this stuff on the floor, on top of a damp-proof sheet, and then on top of that there'll be cable floor, which is like almost like a particle board flooring that fits together. And I can do all that. It's not something that's impossible. I think these are skills that you can learn, and I will be learning on the job and sharing that learning with you. My piano's over there, and my gym equipment is here. So I envisage that the music area and the gym will be on the right hand side, and then that side there will be the bedroom area. And the nice thing about that is that will be bifold, so people that are staying as guests will be able to wake up in the morning, open the curtains and look out over the garden, which is going to be lovely for them. Heating is going to be this kind of electric radiator, and hot water is going to be off a boiler, which is going to be a cupboard under the stairs. These are all the wires for the electrics. There's going to be several circuits of downlighters in here. And I think that kind of covers everything for now. So hope you found that interesting. I'm very excited about it. Got my planning permission, did that myself, which I'm delighted about. Didn't have to pay an architect. I did a householder application. I'm in a listed building in conservation area, so I think getting planning permission myself was an achievement in its own right. The electrician will come back when I've moved the job forwards a little bit, and looking forward to sharing the journey with you. Now, there will be one job which is going to be quite difficult for me, which is plastering after I've plasterboarded this all out, but I'm going to have a go. I know it's hard work and I know it's virtually impossible, but what have I got to lose? Right, so there we go. An overview, a guided tour, an explanation of my tiny garage conversion. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. If you're just here for the gardening and the plants, don't worry, there will still be plenty of gardening videos to come. I mean, don't forget, and I talk about it at length, but I still have my wildlife pond over here in the far corner, and I've still got my extra ponds to complete and finish. Got so much going on at the moment. I'm also working as well, but there we go. My tiny garage conversion in the garden of my thatched cottage. I'll see you soon for some more house and garden adventures. Bye for now.